Hi everybody, Lisa here, back in New York City with another Vera Bradley bag of the day, All the Vera at Dad's video. Um, Last time I was here I wasn't able to do one of these rundown of all my Vera that I packed videos, so I thought I had time this trip, and so here goes. I'll just get right to it because it seems like it's a lot of little stuff. So I'll just start with the humongous Drawstring Tote, I think this is called. I'm not sure I remember the exact name of this, but this is Best in Show. It's a reactive version of the pattern, and this is a gigantic tote that is sort of comparable to the Grand Tote, and I like it for car travel. I don't know, it doesn't have a lot of security. It's just a big open top. And so I probably wouldn't use it for like train travel or if I'm on an airplane, but just for throwing stuff in it and throwing it in the back of my car, it works out really good. Straps are a little slippery because they're like that seatbelt fabric, but still I just like it for how I'm using it. That's not a huge issue for me. And I would imagine this is probably a good bag for the beach too, because it's got a rubber coating on the inside. I'm sure the sand just empties out really easy. So I had some food in here from my dad that didn't need to be refrigerated, and now that's emptied out, so I just throwing all of my random junk in here. So I had, like I usually do, I have my two Best in Show Diddy bags. This one I had flip-flops in for traveling. I had them shoved in my bag with all my clothing, and I didn't want them, the shoes. I'm wearing them now, but so it's empty. But I didn't want the flip flops, getting, intermingling with my clothing. So that's that. And people probably know these are like plastic lined, so they're good for stuff like that and wet things. And I always use one for my dog leashes because when I drop my dogs at the kennel, they want to use their own leashes there. They don't want my leashes anymore. And sometimes these are a little grimy. I'm a good dog mom, really. But the leashes get a little grimy, and so I just throw them in here, and that works well. Then I have just random non-Vera stuff, crossword puzzle book, box of gloves that I brought from my dad, which he doesn't need because he already still has a lot of gloves, which I didn't realize. Garbage. Complimentary pass to the Museum of Natural History, which we got because my dad got vaccinated. I came to New York, to visit, but also to get my dad his second shot. And he got vaccinated at they set up a walk-in vaccination site at the American Museum of Natural History. For people who aren't familiar with New York City, if you're coming to New York, I definitely recommend going there. It's a huge, blocks big building, museum on Central Park West, sort of the northmost block that it starts on is 81st Street, but it's many blocks big. And when they first opened up the vaccine site there, was kind of a hip place to get your vaccine because they did it in the space in the museum where they have one room where they focus on sea life, and they have this whale hanging from the ceiling, and so it was cool to get vaccinated under the whale. And so that's where my dad got vaccinated, and if you do that, they give you a voucher to come back, free admission. And it was fun. You can't see it in this photo. I do have some, I think they're public on my Facebook feed, if people find me on Facebook. There's, on the left flipper of the whale, they put a big Band-Aid, so it's kind of cute, and I did take some pictures of that. But anyway, so we got vaccinated under the whale. He's not going back. He doesn't want the pass. Then I got my knitting in this is a drawstring back sack. This is a reactive fabric too, and this is a Rainforest Canopy coral. Has the birds, and there's another bird up there, and monkeys. But I did get this to transport my knitting in when I travel, so you can see it in there. This works out really well because my knitting needles are a little long. They're 13 or 14 inches long, and I've got all sorts of spare yarn in there, plus the knitting itself, and it all fits in there really well. It's nice, the knitting needles. The bag is tall enough, but the knitting needles don't stick out. I mean, it wouldn't have been a huge problem the way that I'm traveling, but that was kind of nice. So it just, it slips in here nicely. What else? Oh, and spare poop baggie, as you have. I got vaccinated under the whale. My dad didn't want the sticker. He already has the sticker. Then I got a laptop sleeve. This is a Batik Leaves from the factory outlet store. Previous factory outlet pattern. I really do like this pattern. I'm not using it for my laptop. I mean, I'm filming with my laptop, but I didn't even travel with it in this. I have my laptop in a different bag. But I just, use this to sort of organize sort of like office papers. Office type things, like a calendar, like a planner. I've been using this. I've shown this before, this 18-month planner with sort of flexible planner. I like this a lot. This is Bon Bon Medallion. But when I saw, and this one is finishing up the end of this year. I think it will ends this one. So when I saw they have one in Rainforest Canopy that stretches into next year, so this goes through December 2022, I thought, oh, well, I'll just start a new one. This one starts this coming July. And so I thought, oh, I'll get the birds for Rainforest Canopy, and there's a monkey. I think my favorite version of this Rainforest Canopy is just the regular version that's on the recycled cotton, the bags, and that one doesn't have monkeys, although I have made peace with the monkeys. If people have seen my first video where I talk about the New Hope Girls items and that came out in the Rainforest Canopy Navy, I did talk a little bit about my initial reaction to the monkeys, but I have made peace with the monkeys. Thank you, Peter Gabriel. I'll try to put a link to that video. But anyway, when I saw this, I thought, oh, I'll get this. And it's got, the printing on the inside cover. That's nice. And it's got these end papers in one of the other new patterns that I don't know if this is going to come out for regular release in cotton. I mean, I would assume maybe it would because they've put this in cotton in the custom fabric choices. It's Butterfly By, I think is called. And there's a reactive version out now too. It's a little bit different, similar but a little bit different in that the butterflies are sort of spaced farther apart. And they did show us this in the focus group that I'm in a while back, and I loved it. And I do really like it. However, I'm hesitating about doing a bag in this, even though I did see someone else's bag that she had done in a Vera tote in this, and it looks so pretty. But when I look at this now, for some reason, I just think of like Rorschach tests and ink blots, the Rorschach ink blot tests. This is a lot of black and navy blue as sort of heavy, dark areas. So I'm having trouble getting past that. But I do think it's very interesting, and it has almost like a modern Asian feeling to me. Sort of very flat graphic, but just very nice, I think, the patterns there. So obviously I have to think about it a little bit more because this is a lot to spend for a bag. You got to be all in. I don't think you can have any hesitation. I got my checkbook in here, Penelope's Garden. You never know when you might need that. And a mini notebook in Hummingbird Park. This is cute. It has a, just in case I need, I didn't bring work with me this time. I managed to schedule it so I wouldn't have work, which is nice. But I thought just in case I need something to note something down on. It's got a little printing in there with a bird. So that's that. And so people can see, you know, it's just a big open space in there. There's this mesh covering that has a drawstring pull, so you could really pack this up and even have it be a little heaping over the top, and you could still use this to contain stuff and prevent stuff from slipping out. So that's nice. No security in there, and just like a hidden, you know, slip pocket there, like on the Vera totes, but that's it. There's nothing else. And then that rubberized interior. And just that zipper pocket on the front. Best in show. Again, I don't remember whether I said that. Okay. Then, I did bring this. This is a test item I got in the focus group. It's just a lunch bunch. They're recycled fabric and cotton fabric in Rainforest Canopy again. I thought at first when I got this, oh, well, you know, what am I going to do with this thing? But I do use it going in back and forth to my dad's. So it's been handy. And I haven't had any leaking problems with it like I had with previous lunch bunches. So that's good. You can see the pattern here nicely. Okay. And then my clothing, I had in this. I did have this in there. This was just thrown in here. This was the travel pillowcase and performance twill, seawater, blooms. Love this pattern. And I just had earphones in here. They're not in here right now, but that's what I use. This sort of got a little structure. I like that for earphones. And then I just have everything in this. I assume this is kind of like a weekender. This pattern is Ellie Blue, Ellie Go Round, which was a QVC exclusive, I'm pretty sure. And I'm not, you know, I bought this used, and so it didn't, it's like new without tags, kind of. A very good condition, although I did wash it. It has a removable cardboard base, and I slipped that out and washed this one through fine. But I'm not sure if it's really a weekender, but it's kind of like a weekender. I mean, it's got a slightly different dimension. Like the current weekender seems a little bit more east-west. This seems more, you know, north-south. And it's just got these sort of rolled handles, and then it's adjustable strap, which I just have on the shortest setting with a shoulder pad. But I mean, I guess you could stretch it out, extend it, and wear it crossbody if you wanted to. It has a trolley sleeve on the back, but it's one of those, I'm always frustrated by the trolley sleeves that don't have the zipper on the bottom edge. This one doesn't, so this can't double as a pocket, a slip pocket, which I always think is kind of a waste. On the work tote, that's one great feature on the work tote, is that trolley sleeve has a zipper on the bottom edge. And it's just got a big zipper pocket on the front. And it's got two slip pockets inside. It's just a quilted solid lining. And the zipper is double zipper pull for that top zipper, which is nice. It opens, it goes quite a ways down the side of the bag. So it sort of opens real wide. And so if you pack like I do, which is that I just sort of create a stack of my clothing, and then I just plunk it in, the one big stack all together, it's easy to do that because this opens nice. And so underneath all the stuff on top, I just have my stack of clothing. So it's got two slip pockets on this side and nothing on the other side. And in one of those slip pockets, I have one of these packing cubes. This was Rosie Garden Picnic. This is the middle size one that I just took in case I needed it. I'm using the other two right now, which I'll get to. I just have some plastic bags in that other pocket. I have Foxwood. This was a small pouch, sort of small clamshell pouch that came in a set with other pouches that came in one of those plastic sort of pouches with a handle that I can't stand. But I bought it for the small pouches within the plastic pouch. And I just use this for like jewelry boxes when I'm traveling, and my watch, and a little kiss coin purse, mini kiss lock that I put rings and stuff in when I take them off. So it fits in there nicely, and it just zips up real nice. Okay, and I got my, this is what I was talking about, that Rainforest Canopy Navy. You can see the bird there, and a monkey. There's another monkey on the back. It's blowing out a little bit. This has a nice, rich kind of coral, flamingo kind of color. Love it. Love this pattern, this particular variation of the pattern. And then I got another clamshell. This is Sweethearts with the fabric and the pattern and the lining as appliques along with some embroidery. When I first saw this item, I thought, oh, this may be a little too sweet for me, but I really do have trouble resisting embroidered novelty items. And so because I had grown to like the main pattern, I thought, okay, it was on sale, and I thought, okay, I'll go for it. There's something about the shape of the hearts here, and you can, even the bigger heart appliques echo that shape. It's a nice heart shape, and the way these hearts in the main pattern are rendered, where one side is sort of like almost like shaded, and the other side is the regular full-on red, remind me very much of Jim Dine. If people are familiar with his paintings, I'm not sure if all of those, he has some heart paintings that he'd done. Some may be lithographs, some may be other mediums that he works in. It may not all be like oil paint. But a lot of them, he has painted these hearts that are very similar in shape to this, and some of them have shading on them in a way that looks like they are sort of divided vertically down the center. And so these hearts really reminded me of Jim Dine. And that may be why this appealed to me. I do like that. I like the pink and the red embroidery thread together. And then this, what do I have here? It's plastic lined. I just have charger cords. Not all of them are in here right now, but all of them. I have 3. This was my charger for my laptop, and then I had 2 other charger cords, and they fit in here. All 3 things fit in here fine, along with this cloth, just to clean the screen. So that worked well. Then I got my toiletries case, and this, I know oftentimes in these videos when I'm traveling to my dad, I use the Travel Cosmetic, which sort of style like a train case with the top that unzips on 3 sides and then flips over, and I do like that. But I decided to give this a chance. This is the factory style, I guess, brush and blush maybe. A Penelope's Garden again, because I was going through something with the hedgehogs. And I'm really liking this. I actually like this pattern so much better than the other one that I have, which is in Havana Dots. I think I might try to sell that one, actually. I just like this because it stands up nicely, and I like, well, I'm using one section. It's got one section that unzips and just flaps open, or I guess you could, stick your brushes and stuff. I don't wear a lot of makeup and have a lot of makeup tools to utilize this, so that's okay. I mean, it doesn't get in the way. And it's got a zipper pocket here. But why I like this is because it would be great if this were a double zipper pull, but it's only one. But I can still make it work for me. I like to slip, this is a large pouch in a cosmetic trio. Again, Penelope's Garden. And I just slip it in there. It's got, like wipes and other sort of flatter toiletry type things that you might have. And I could fit it in there like that, and just sort of, when I'm at my destination, just sort of keep the zipper here like that. So it sort of keeps it contained and upright, and then I can just unzip this and slip my hand in to access whatever I need, pull out whatever I need. So I like that, using that section in that way. And then the other section doesn't open flat, it's gusseted. So it does stay sort of upright when you put it down, which I really like about this style. And this, so I can keep stuff in there upright and just plunk it into my luggage like this. But also, this fits in well, just placed on top. And this is the, I don't remember exactly what this is, Zip Around brush case or something, makeup brush case, I'm not sure, but I really like this, and I wish they had made this in more patterns. I think they only made this in this, Merry Mischief, and that current, like, Ecot, the most recent Ecot pattern that came out, that blue and white, and I think Cozy Plaid Neutral, without any embroidery. If it had some kind of deer or something embroidered on it, I would have gone for it, but just plain plaid, I wasn't really interested in it. But it's got this top section, flips open, again, lays flat, love that. Little elasticized mesh pocket up there, and the mirror, which I still have not taken the plastic off of. I don't know what I'm saving that for. And then some, elasticized a band there where you can slip in tubes of things, since I just have my mascara and my eyeliner in there. And then there's this is sort of a coated, like, plastic kind of feeling, almost like coated cotton or something. And there's like a little slip pocket under there. I just stick my comb under there. It's not in there now, but that's where I put my comb. And then the bottom section I like, it's a little bit deeper. And it fits my, I don't know if it's what's in there now. I don't have all of them in here, but it fits like my hair clips and my little tubs of lip gloss. So I don't know, I just like the depth of it for that kind of stuff. Can put some stuff in there that has some body to it. So I like that. Oh, I think there's another zipper pocket. Yeah, on the top there's a zipper mesh pocket on the top section of it. Okay, so that I can just, have it, I can just have it resting on top like that and still close this up, which I like. And I just have some, not all my toiletries are still in here right now, but I just have toiletries, sort of placed in there upright, which I like. And it's got two mesh sort of elasticized slip pockets on both walls in there, which I'm using. And stuff stays, it'll flop around if it's the only thing in there, but I had a couple things in here, so everything stayed upright. And I just have another travel pill case in Flamingo Fiesta. I just have nail clippers and tweezers and stuff in there. So really pleased with this. And it's tall enough that, you could get a bottle of lotion in there even, just upright. Really like that a lot. So anyway, that works good. And then the smaller packing cube of that set, which I just have my unmentionables in here. I have my underwear and bras and stuff in there, just to contain them. I mean, I don't know what I'm thinking, like if I get in a car crash and someone has to go through my luggage, I need to have my bras contained. I'm not sure the thinking there. I need to hide them away. Anyway, and then people can see I just have my stack of clothing in there. And I use the larger packing cube from that set to put all of my dirty clothing in while I'm traveling. Just sort of fold it up, not too precisely, and just sort of slap it down in there, and then it will zip up. I've done this before. I've just sort of close it, smush down, close it up, and anything that won't fit in there, I'll put in the medium size one, and just plop it down on top of my any clean clothing I still have. So that's that. I'm really liking this. I do love Ellie Go Round. I mean, it's just this nice sort of, mandala kind of design, and this nice jewel tones with the purple and the teal, like a lighter purple, and that sort of azalea pink, and of course the elephants. Love anything with elephants, so I was pleased to find that. It was a good deal too, and I wasn't even searching for the pattern name. I was searching some other kind of broad Vera search, and it just popped up, and she wasn't even calling it, you know, whatever the style. She didn't have the style name listed. So it's kind of just dumb luck that I found it. And then my bag, my regular bag. Now, normally in these videos, I'm carrying a Vera tote as the bag that I like to put in my car and leave it on the passenger seat while I'm driving. I do love the Vera tote for that. I mean, it's a good bag and I can get a lot in there. But I decided it was on sale and I had a discount code, so I got it at a really good price. And I decided to give this a try, which is the Commuter Tote. And I will, someone had asked me, am I going to do a video comparing this to the Vera tote? And I will. Hopefully I'll get a chance soon. And also I think it would be probably interesting to see it compared to the work tote, the performance twill work tote, because there are some similarities. But the driving factor for me was that I knew that this wasn't going to, you know, the Vera tote, if people have seen my video on the Rainforest Canopy Vera tote, you know, I talk about the styling, the finishing details that have changed, probably to save manufacturing costs with a new fabric. And I was kind of bummed about that. And this doesn't happen with this bag because this bag didn't have those same styling features. And so I felt like you aren't losing that here in the same way. I mean, there may be some minor changes that I wasn't aware of, but you don't get that. You know, I don't think this bag never had the piping on the top of the edging fabric on the top of the pocket, and it never had the piping on the straps. So I felt like you weren't losing something as much, and so I thought I would give it a try. It's comparable in size to the Vera, give or take an inch or half an inch here or there. It does have a more east-west look, but it is pretty comparable, and the strap drop is comparable, but I do have trouble getting, it's not as easy for me to get all of my regular stuff in here because it has a laptop compartment inside, which was something I was interested in, you know, trying out. It is positioned differently than it is in the work tote, so that's why I think the comparison there would also be interesting. But it's in here, the laptop sleeve. I'm filming with my laptop right now, but my laptop, which is a little bit on the small side, fits in here. And so I think you could probably get an even bigger one in here, a bigger laptop in here. And right now I just have other stuff thrown in there to utilize the space, but for walking around and stuff. But I think that, you know, especially when there is a laptop in there, it does sort of make it a little bit harder for me to cram all my stuff in, but it's okay, I'm working with it. Anyway, so just before I run out, I'm seeing my battery charge is going down. Hopefully I can finish this before my laptop dies. So, you know, you can see it has these great east, west, and a side slip pocket. You know, it's this one here, it's got the zipper pocket, but then it's got these east-west slip pockets, and all those pockets go down to the bottom. So they're generous pockets, which is great. The back is the trolley sleeve. Again, no zipper on the bottom edge, which I think is just unfortunate because I think there'd be a lot of times when you're not carrying this with rolling luggage. And so you're not utilizing this trolley sleeve as a trolley sleeve. And so without that zipper on the bottom, it's really kind of a waste. So I was bummed about that. But anyway, so inside I got, you know, just my normal ton of Vera. My Fruit Grove mini, I think this is Travel Takes mini jewelry case or something. I keep my Easy Pass in here. I've talked about that before when I do my videos where I'm sitting in my car, which I didn't have to do this time because it's a holiday weekend, and although it doesn't feel right to call Memorial Day weekend a holiday weekend, but people know what I'm talking about. So there was alternate side of the street parking in New York was suspended on certain key days, and so I was able to park in a place where I don't have to worry about whether I have to move my car or sit in my car or anything. So I didn't have to do that video this time. But I have talked about this in greater detail when I was sitting in my car. People can look for that video. I just have some keys in here, my dad's keys, and some a cheat sheet about alternate side street parking. This is a Felicity Paisley coin purse. Love this pattern. Love the small details in this pattern. I've talked about that before. And then I got this sort of new-ish Rainforest Canopy reader's case. Bird. The blue bird is definitely my favorite bird in this pattern. And then the red one, and then the orange one is my least favorite one, but still like any bird. I'm happy with any bird that I get. Oh, and in here, got my Hummingbird Park lens cloth. Is that what that's called? I think that's what that's called. Okay. Then the floating garden mini dome. I just have tissues and some lip balm in there. Oh God, once again, tag's still on the back. I always forget to just tuck it in somewhere. I always forget to cut those off. Okay. Hand sanitizer. Slips in one of the slip pockets. Zip Id in Rainforest Canopy. Here's the orange bird. I like this particular part of the pattern because you can see the yellow leaf behind, which I think is kind of interesting, and that sort of pointillist kind of rendering gives you that kind of sense of transparency. And I just have a picture of Duke, and I was using this. I brought this, and I did use it today in this way in case I wanted to run out with my dad for a walk or something. I didn't need to take my big bag or my regular wallet. I could just throw a few things from my wallet in here. So that's what I did. And they're still in here to empty them out. Put them back in my regular wallet, which is this, my Hummingbird Park turn lock. And then I got my mini cosmetic and dragon fruit floral for my GPS. Those are kind of standard things I'm always showing. And Carson cell phone crossbody and Hummingbird Park just to slip in here, used to protect my cell phone in my bag. And I got the Hummingbird Park cord organizer. I think that's what this is called, cord organizer. I didn't get this for cords, although I could see putting cords in here or a number of things in here. But I bought it for my iPad mini, so when I don't have a slip pocket that I can slip it in and I want to stick it in my bag, it's a little bit protected. I don't always use it but for that, but when I travel, I like to do that. I got the wristlet in Rainforest Canopy. This is the red bird in the pattern. It's coming out a little orange here, but that is the red bird. It's funny the way my computer just kind of skews the colors a little bit. On the back is a blue, the blue bird, although his crest is cut off a little bit. This is interesting too, this flower here, the red and the blues in there. Very pretty. I like that fan palm there. Oh, that was nice placement. So I like that. And I just use that for masks and stuff. I mean, because I am vaccinated now, but you know, sometimes you go into a store, there's a situation where you feel like you want to wear a mask or it's more polite to wear a mask, consider it, whatever. So, and then a few Zip IDs. Now, again, because I have trouble fitting everything in here, like I do in my, that I have my Vera, I sort of whittled down my Zip ID for my photos, my little, collection that I carry with me. So I edited it down for this travel, but I always have to have one of Duke, and so I have Duke in Best in Show with the coordinating lanyard. And my husband and Sweethearts. And here you can see again that what I'm talking about with the pattern, with the hearts sort of are divided in half, and one side almost looks a little shaded. People definitely should Google, if they're not familiar, Google Jim Dine hearts, then all sorts of images will pop up. And then the Deluxe Zip Id, I already had one of these regular, so I really didn't need this, but I was in the store. I like this feature is that, there's this window that you can see through, and so you could put 2 images or 2 IDs. I don't use this for IDs, I use it for pictures, but you can put them in here. But in the store it was empty, obviously, and I could see through it, and I could see that there was a bird there, and then there was this bird on the other side. And so I thought, well, how can I walk away from 2 birds with such perfect placement? It's not possible to walk away from that. I mean, what are the odds? I'll never see something like that again. My car keys in there, and what's in here? So now in the laptop section, I had just slipped in a packable tote from the factory outlet store, and I did use this the other day when I was out with my dad. We ran into the supermarket, and they weren't giving out plastic bags anymore, so we threw the stuff in here. Penelope's Garden, did I say that? I don't know if I said that. There's another Hummingbird Park. Zip Id, this one's nice because, well, it's got the bird on the frame there, but it's got a bit of the bird from the lining showing through, so that's nice. I just have Band-Aids in here. I think that's right. Yes. Band-Aids in here, influenced by Brandra, who talks about bags. And she carries Band-Aids, and I was like, why am I not carrying Band-Aids? What's in here? Oh, this is a medium in the cosmetic trio. I think I just have wipes in here, disinfectant wipes individually wrapped in here. And this is a pattern I'm not really crazy about. It's Jazzy Blooms, again, a medium of a cosmetic trio set, which I got at a thrift store. I think I just got it because the thrift stores by me don't really seem to get a lot of good Vera. And so I saw Vera and I was like, ooh, Vera. I just got swept up and, oh my God, I found some Vera in the thrift store. I must buy it. And it was cheap, But I'm not really crazy about this pattern. Jazzy Blooms. What do I have in here? Oh, right. Just the Xerox of my COVID vaccination card is in there. Okay, so you can see on here, and again, I'll try to do another video where I show it in comparison with other things, but you got 3 slip pockets on one wall of the bag, and then on the other side is this compartment, which is padded. It has a Velcro tab, and it's padded. This wall is padded, but it's not like in the center of the bag creating a divider where then there are 2 spaces on either side that you can still use, like in the work tote. This is on one side of the bag, and then on top of it are these sort of 2 mesh, sort of elasticized slip pockets. So it is a little bit harder for me to get all my stuff in there, but anyway, you can't, I was using this for the packable tote right now. You could throw other things in there if you're not using it for your laptop. So, it does, like I said, does look a little bit more east-west, I think, than the Vera tote, but it is really similar. The dimensions are really similar. It's not as wide this way. I think the Vera tote's maybe got a couple of inches this way on this bag. But that's nice with the fan palm, right on the edge there. Now I saw this, I thought, oh, well, good. I can't remember. I think I ordered this. I may have ordered 2, and I returned one because I saw this one with the 2 birds there on that pocket, and plus the leaves. I think these are monstera leaves. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. So I thought that's a good section of the fabric, and there's a Another bird there. Oh, there's a red bird there. There's a blue bird somewhere. There's an orange bird there. I like that blue bird so much. I just did want, I was happy to get him sort of front and center. There's the red one again. Again, looking very orange, but it really, when you see it in person, it's a little bit redder looking. The back, not so great for birds, I would say, but luckily it's the back. Oh, there's one over there. There's one there. But, this section of fabric is sort of covering anything good that might be here. And there isn't much. I mean, this leaf is interesting. It's sort of chartreuse kind of like pea soup green kind of color in that leaf. But the bird is decapitated. There's no good birds there, which, for me is just like endlessly frustrating. Anyway, so that was it. I never count exactly. I know I should try to do that sometime, but it just feels like a lot. All the Vera and Dads. Anyway, I hope people found that fun as a sort of less typical Vera video, and hopefully see you next time on Vera Bradley Bag of the Day.